For various reasons, I have been away from the Souls series and Souls-like in general for the better part of a decade. Despite being a huge FromSoft fan and someone with hundreds, if not thousands of hours in the Souls games, when FromSoft dropped Dark Souls Remastered in May of 2018, I ended up dropping the remaster without finishing even a single playthrough. So, rather than doing just another vanilla playthrough of the game, I decided this was the perfect opportunity to take on a challenge run. The rules are simple. I get 2 hours to take out as many bosses as I can, relying entirely on my previous knowledge and heavily rested skills. Surely I haven't gotten that rusty, right? Hopefully I don't. All right, let's get going. All right. We're going to have a nice John Dark Souls, because I am not going to customize this man at all. I am going to start as a cleric, and I'll show you why. I'm going entirely off of very casual play memories. Well, I say casual, but I did put in a lot of hours. It just wasn't the sort of wasn't putting in the effort to become someone that is a pro at the game during those hours. All right, nice and straightforward. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I got hit, but it's all right. I used to do this a lot when I was playing the game before. Starting as a cleric and then going and grabbing Dragon Crest Shield and the Straight Sword of Astora. It does bonus damage to certain enemies, but it's not always super clear exactly how much bonus damage. By the way, that goes to Blighttown over there. The secondary effect, though, of the divine damage is that it will permanently kill the resurrecting enemies in the early areas. So that's a useful thing to have. I might die here. I haven't done this in a bit. Yeah. There was an old route where people would go in like the very early days. I remember there was a bunch of YouTubers that were giving this route where you would go down here, underneath here, and you would buy a bunch of stuff from this shopkeep, and then people would kill him for the Uchigatana, temporarily go and switch to the Drake Sword, and then I think the next weapon they would go to is the Lightning Spear in Sen's Fortress. Was that something that I vaguely remember? Was that a Northern Lion thing? It might have been Northern Lion that originally had that route. Where I think he definitely had a. I think it was him that had a Dark Souls playthrough where, or was it a walkthrough? Did he do walkthroughs? It's been so long. Come here. Oh. Step. Forget how much healing they give you at the start of this game. I'm so used to the later games, and especially Sekiro, which I'm working my way through right now, which has extremely sparse healing. Something that I said in my Sekiro playthrough, which holds true in every FromSoft game, is enemies are designed to punish you for running away. So if you're running away to heal, or if you're running away to because you're spooked by a boss's attacks, a lot of the hitboxes and the movesets are designed to punish you extra hard. I am not moving quickly. We're 30 minutes in, and I have not killed more than just the tutorial boss. It's all right. We'll speed up a little bit. Well, I'm not going to be able to climb the ladder off of that. I might die. No. Okay. Sometimes you just have to not cheese. He says as he very nearly dies to one of the easiest bosses. And he does die to one of the easiest bosses. That's embarrassing. Okay. I shouldn't have gone in with no heals, but I thought I was just going to be able to cheese him. That's what I get, though. Alright, let's do things a little more carefully. Okay, you know what? I don't need to be punished that immediately. When I say no more hubris, I don't have to do something stupid immediately after. It's totally fine, you know, universe. It would be totally fine to allow me to have a little longer. Or at least a little bit. Who knows, maybe I'll have to do a revenge. Whoa! Amazing. I love the ragdoll in this game. The ragdoll physics are amazing. This is what I should have done right from the start. But I got cocky. Alright. Put that here. The next thing that can screw me up is this dragon. I believe it should come down, but I'm not sure if I remember that correctly. Do I have to bait a breath attack first, maybe? I'll give it a couple more seconds. Maybe I have to bait a breath attack first. Come on. No? I don't want to go too far because he will kill me. Like, very, very much. I will be very dead. I'm pretty sure he should be attacking right now. This might be a bug. I'm like 99% sure he's supposed to have killed me by now for getting this close. I'm not sure why he's letting me get this close. He shouldn't be. Yep, there it is. I'm going to die. He's supposed to do that way earlier. I'm like 99% sure he's supposed to do that like as soon as you come out. Okay. All right. It's not a bad run back. I've made a mistake. Is that a Gravelord thing? That's a Gravelord thing, I think. I don't know if you saw that, the Black Flames. Well, that was a lot of souls. Do you have to go to the left side? Is that what it is? You have to go to the left side to bait it, and then you go to the right side in order to skirt around him later. Should have done this right from the start. But once again, my hubris. I'm pretty sure he's... Yeah, okay, there we go. Awesome. Oh, do I need a sunlight metal in order to interact with this? I think that's the requirement. I'm pretty sure that's the requirement. I'm like 99% sure. That might be good. That might work. Yeah. Good enough. There is some way to get a sunlight medal I know there's a way. I just can't remember right now. I hope I get a sunlight medal from winning the fight with Solaire present. I don't actually remember if that is a thing in this game where both parties get a sunlight medal when you win a fight with a Sunbro present. I think in at least one of the games that is the case. All right, we're officially past the 1 hour mark. I believe that Solaire's summon sign is at the top of this ladder. I've been in some hilarious PvP situations in this area where both as an invader and as the invaded, where Solaire ended up getting involved after a long chase. Solaire, this Solaire has a pretty strong toolkit for this point in the game. I'm not going to bother getting the tail. I have no interest in the axe. Look how much damage he does. Actually crazy. The axe is a separate drop. Am I misremembering? I can't remember. Alright, do I get a sunlight medal when... Yes, I do. Nice. Okay, that's actually huge. Because now I will have the extremely busted sunlight spears early game. Let's meet T-Pose Man. Hello, T-Pose Man. I guess it's more of an A-pose. If anyone is familiar with MMD, the default pose in MMD, which is MMD is Miku Miku Dance, is a very popular 3D animation program for animating 3D models, specifically for dancing. If you spend any time back on Nico Nico Doga, especially back when there was an English Nico Nico Doga. I'm gonna die.
Now that's just embarrassing. How'd you let me do that to you?
I've sort of accepted that I am not as good as I once was. Although I probably could do this much faster with even just this one run as practice, but oh well. It's more of just an opportunity for me to revisit this game after a really, really long time. Just because I had a little bit of nostalgia. Wow, he really just spammed. Jerk. Something that I did do, I will admit, to my crimes. I was someone who went through the effort of doing a soul level 30 or 40 playthrough and getting a whole bunch of really strong gear and invading people in the lower parish, like in the Capra Demon area, wearing like Ornstein armor and using the lightning spear. I unfortunately, at the time, I was one of those people. I did do that. Come on. Why do you guys insist on lore walking? The worst possible times. What? Wait. Oh, I'm dumb. If I remember correctly, it's not, you don't need a sunlight, or maybe you need a sunlight medal and 25 faith. You need 25 faith in order to do this, don't you? Because if I remember right, that's why I was remembering 20, because the way that I used to do it, I should back up. So you need 25 minus I think it's 5 for each sunlight medal you've earned, or however many bosses you've helped kill when you've been summoned. So if you've been summoned at least once and you assist with 1 boss kill, then you can do it with just 20 faith. That's why I remembered that. Okay, that makes sense. It's unfortunate. I just can't rely on getting summoned in the middle. Zap. There was absolutely no reason for me to do that, but it was satisfying. 45 minutes. Who can I get to in 45 minutes? Like if I go do Moonlight Butterfly, and then I can go do, I can get the Elite Knight set, and then I can, if I go the back way, I might be able to kill Quelaag, maybe? I wonder if there's any speed runs that go and grab, excuse me, is there any speed runs that go and grab the Zweihander from the graveyard? One thing I like about this game, and I think is an underrated aspect of it, is you, like someone who is not very good at games can absolutely do well in this game through sheer tactics. And what I mean by, or one of many things I mean by that, is that a lot of the enemies in this game, you can bait a single guy from a group. If I drink, he's gonna run at me. Yep. You can bait a single guy from a group by shooting them with an arrow. And there's a lot of fights you can make a lot easier in this game by just only having to fight one person at a time. And they give you a lot of ways to do that. Feather arrows, I don't think you ever really need the range boost, but I'm sure that people, oh, that's a nice drop. I'm not going to use it, but Black Knight Halberd. I think that it's nice that there are a lot of different ways to play this game, and I think Dark Souls does a pretty good job of allowing that in most cases. That sort of additional routing that I think most people on sort of the content creation sphere of these games, I don't think really engage with the type of players who would be using those sorts of strats. But it is absolutely a very real chunk of the people that play the games, so I think it's very interesting. I'm gonna be honest. I have helped a lot of people through the games, especially back in the day, that were not good at the game. So I always remember the tips for people who are not super skilled at like action games, and that's definitely one of them. Because this game was really popular, and people had like FOMO of they wanted to play the game, but maybe felt like or just struggled. Forgot how many traps like that this game has. There's quite a few. Dark Spirit Mordrath is invaded. I don't have time to deal with this. Hello, ma'am. There is an NPC you can summon for this fight. You can actually, the NPC can completely solo. Actually, there's a lot of fights in this game that can be completely soloed by NPCs. See how trivial that is with the lightning spear? This fight is extremely annoying if you don't have any ranged. I'm being invaded. Oh no, I'm not being invaded. It's a man and his friend. Am I going to get hit with the dragon? I swear he comes back. Or there's some way to get him to come back. There he is. I'm probably going to die. Yep. Alright. Just in case I have to do a run back on the Capra Demon. I am a low confidence gamer right now. Can you guys not with the knives and the back flipping? Oh man, I used to love fighting hackers in this game, because they were invariably dressed in Havel armor using the wood grain. I think it's the wood grain ring that lets you do the flips. I used to see them a lot, particularly in the forest for the Forest Covenant. And there was one benefit to that where a lot of hackers would fight in that area because there's a lot of PvP in that area. But in both that area and Anor Londo, one benefit is even when people were hacking, they're not immune to fall damage. At least not in the early days. And so basically you would just outfox them however you could, survive fighting, and then bait them into some way you can get them off a cliff. Because usually they could at least still be staggered, although that's why they would often wear the Havel set. Wow, okay. I might die here immediately. I'm gonna probably die here. The dog. Yeah. Yeah, even back in the day, there's occasionally times like that this happens, or if it would happen to me anyway. Because he starts moving the second you touch the fog wall. Okay, that was enough to just punch right through my shield. And I'm gonna lose my souls because I can't move. I barely got that in time. that very quickly became a I'm going to die anyway, so hopefully I can prevent at least losing the souls. If I can just get out of the initial part of the fight, I'll be totally fine. It becomes substantially easier as soon as the dogs are dealt with. But until the dogs are dealt with, it's so dangerous. Just because this is a boss fight that is absolutely difficult, not because of the enemies, but because of the arena. Maybe I will do a round 2 challenge of this, because I'm not satisfied with my performance here. Okay, there's one. There's 2. Swings twice. Hopefully I don't. Okay. All right. I'm dead. This is sad. This is pathetic. All right. Salty run back. Ow. It was a headshot. Back in the before times, when you called someone a twink in this game, you were referring to more like I think the term originated from WoW. People who WoW, when people would twink items to a lower level alt is what it was referred to. Basically taking an item from a high level character and putting it on a low level character, or like a better than you would have access to item. In this game, you didn't really do that, but you would it was still called twinking when people would get items from like end game items, because you could get really strong items as long as you could find a way to equip them with low level. You could equip basically anything you have the stats for. So however far you get into the game, people would optimize their stats, usually like soul level 40 ish, to be able to invade here. Maybe 30 depending. And they would basically get like end game gear. Although I think that the soul level system, I think you had to stay below a certain upgrade level, or maybe that was a later game. So you couldn't go entirely crazy, but you could definitely have way stronger things than you could possibly have access to in this area, especially armor. All right, Soul, don't die to the Capra Demon. What was that? What would that be, like a fourth? Was that whatever that would have been the fourth? Would have been I don't know, however many times is too many times. I might be able to get to Quelaag fast enough for like one attempt. I don't think I can though. I don't know how much I can do in 5 minutes. I'm gonna. I do not remember the fast path down, like, at all. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I think, yeah, 1 minute, no way. Absolutely no way I can make it to a boss. Right, that is the 3, 2, 1, and that's it. I am out of time. So that leaves me with a grand total of how many bosses? That is the Asylum Demon, the Taurus Demon, Capra Demon, Moonlight Butterfly, and the Gargoyles. Is that 5? I mean, that is. I mean, I did say I was hoping to get 5, but I think I wasn't counting. I think I wasn't counting Asylum Demon in my count because I don't really consider it much. Yeah, that was not. It was not as good of a showing as I was hoping for, but I think I might do another one of these. Definitely, I'm interested in doing it with one of the other games, but I think I might try a revenge of this challenge because I am not pleased with my performance this time, but it's okay. I think this was it was still fun to do this regardless, and it'll be fun for me to look over and do maybe a more methodical, planned version of it as a revenge thing. So that'll be good. All right. If you've been watching this all in one sitting, I hope you can get some rest, get something to drink, get something to eat, and I have been Soul Runholm. If you're watching the VOD, some videos should be appearing on screen right now, and I would love it if you go and watch them. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.